Overwatch 2 changes aren't in response to Marvel Rivals, says the director. Late last year, Overwatch 2 got some serious competition in the realm of hero shooters when NetEase launched Marvel Rivals. A number of new Overwatch 2 features have also drawn comparisons to Marvel Rivals, including recent reveal of the third-person Stadium mode. But according to Overwatch 2 director Aaron Keller, Stadium mode and other features weren't made in response to Marvel Rivals. Quote, "I think that competition is healthy," end quote, said Keller during a guest appearance on J3's stream. Quote, "It does force people to innovate more and to always be putting your best foot forward. But I don't think what you're seeing in Overwatch 2 right now is a response to Marvel Rivals. So much of what we're doing this year, from perks to stadium to map voting, we did full hero bans. So much of what we're doing here and all the heroes we're releasing has been in the works for over a year as part of a new strategy for the game to have a big annual kickoff to the year," end quote. That sounds like a whole load of corpo garble BS. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's the rant. I don't believe Aaron Keller, not one bit. This is where it starts, you guys. If you disagree with me, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. This is fueled by just pure anger. I didn't do much research. If I have something wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to get into it. Aaron Keller, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything that you're saying right now. How are you going to scrap a bunch of promised story and PvE content and add a mode that looks exactly like the competing game which just released, and you're going to claim it's not a response? It's all just a coincidence? It all happens at the same exact time, like a coincidence? Okay. That's crazy corpo speak, and you're trying to give people hopium to huff so that they don't think that their favorite hero shooter is struggling to stay relevant. You've been working on these features for more than a year. Well, guess what? Rivals was announced over a year ago. So yeah, you've had a year to work on these things because you've known that Marvel Rivals is coming out for a year. You can't deny that Stadium is not a response to Rivals. It's more respectable. It's more respectable to just admit that what you want to do, it's more respectable to just admit that you want to do what Rivals is doing, but better, with your own Blizzard twist. Stop denying that it's not a response. That doesn't matter. Everybody can see through that. We all know it's a response. Just admit that it's a response. Admit that you're trying to do what Marvel Rivals is doing, but you're trying to do it better with a Blizzard twist. Why hide the obvious as if it's so shameful that you're trying to find a way for your game to survive? There's no shame in that. Just admit it. You're trying to survive. You're trying to find new life for your game. And to do that, you are responding directly to Marvel Rivals. Why deny it? There's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to survive. That's what you do. You respond. You're making a response. This guy says that he believes in competition, that it's good, but he won't admit that Blizzard is making a competitive reaction to Marvel Rivals in order to stay relevant. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not just admit it? That's basically the rant. That's what I had typed out here. A side note, I really hate the collabs. I think that Overwatch is unrecognizable. It looks like something else. I just think it's safe to say that besides Kiriko, I am over the game of Overwatch. All right. Got that out of my system. Moving on to the last story. You heard that throwaway? You know, it's like I wouldn't have to say all that if this guy wasn't just spouting bullshit. You know, just admit it, man. It's all in response to Marvel Rivals. It all is. You know? Just admit it. Just admit that you scrapped all the content that you promised, the PvE stuff, the story stuff, you scrapped it all and decided to respond to Marvel Rivals. And it kind of worked, you know? Your dedicated fans, they like Stadium mode. But people like me that got into Marvel Rivals, I'm like, well, I'm having fun with my third person Marvel Rivals right now. Why would I go play this other new responsive, this other new response of a game mode that I feel like was just regurgitated out in response to Marvel Rivals. You know, it's the lesser version. They're trying to do what Rivals is doing. They should have just stuck to their lane. Do the content that you promised. Make the best first person shooter you can. I don't know. All right, moving